control. Watch us move, watch us glide through the rain and the night we slide. Drip too strong, you can't hide. Join the show, let's ride this tide. Rhythms pounding, heartbeat, bass so deep, we don't stop. Don't wait for the dreams we keep. Umbrellas spinning, dancing in our sleep, leap in this nightly play. There's no time to sleep. Lightning flashes, sky turns bright. In the downpour, we're the light. Raindrops whisper, don't lose sight. Catch the vibe, take flight tonight. Watch us move, watch us glide through the rain and the night we slide. Drip too strong, you can't hide. Join the show, let's ride this tide. Raindrops falling like life's endless speed in the raindrops fall in slow motion. Heavy bass shakes the devotion. Our daily drip shows emotion. Pouring knowledge, pure explosion. Jam Jones, plain Dame on the mic. Candy coated wisdom every night. Subscribe, scribe, tune and we'll ignite. We out here shining bright. Every word like raindrops falling. Trippy beat keeps on calling. Audience minds, we're enthralling. In this group, we're all ballin'. Jam Jones, plain Dame on the mic. Candy coated wisdom every night. Subscribe, scribe, tune and we'll ignite. We out here shining bright. Knowledge pouring, it's a flood. Words like diamonds in the mud. Connecting minds, we understood. This daily drip, it's in our blood. Drip like water, yeah, we flow. Raindrops fall, but they don't know. Style so fierce, we steal the show. Every day, just watch us glow. Heavy bass in the night, we ride. Got that swag, can't be denied. Lights a trip, colors collide. In our world, let's take a slide. Drip, drip, drop, let it rain. Fashion. Clouds rolling like wisdom spread. lands where dreams are fed. Every drop a lesson clear. Knowledge reigns, we're all ears. Daily trip we overflow. Pouring truths that make us glow. Raindrop rhythm, heavy bass. Feel the beat, it's our embrace.
Raindrops fall on city pavement, washing secrets in the dark. Daily drip, the crowd's amazement. Knowledge streaming comes to spark. Thunder in the nighttime sky.
Get them ready. What up? What up?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, I'm Jim Jones. I'm bringing you drip on everything you need to be hip this week, but riding shotgun is my co-host. Give it up for Plain Day.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How's it going?
And you know we got lurking in the background, the producer. You know, cash is pay, cash advance, cash money, whatever you want to call them. Always ready to drop in, say what up to the people.
What up?
Big,
What up?
big dog, check low.
Check is on time. That's all that matters.
Check clear.
Odd Squad, happy y'all are here. Make sure y'all drop some drip in the comments. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. Make sure you share this with at least 2 people, preferably a third. Make sure you get get it out there. Let people know. Let people know that you're watching the show and that you love it so much. We're coming to y'all with the live stream. We really hope that y'all enjoy it because we got some stuff to cook up for you and drip on you. Like that, drip on you.
Let's do it. 2 is good, but we prefer threesomes. Get it out there.
Pause. Pause. Well, I mean, that's a pretty good segue into what we're about to drip on real quick first. But before I super get in that, once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in and make sure y'all share this with somebody. So for going in our first topic, y'all know we like to get into the messy. And right now, the messiest thing we got going on is a whole lot of political messy. Recently, we got President Trump popping in there. He drizzling policy on them trans. Yeah, I said it.
Trying Obama atomically.
Man, it is it's crazy. So before we get into the video, Trump just signed an executive order that reverses some of the Biden era protections for transgender athletes in schools. So yeah, it's pretty controversial. So we'll get into this video. Hold on, but you got it. You good? You want me to go ahead and break a few things down? Okay, we good. We can't hear though.
You can't hear it?
Nah. It's the beauty of live stream. We gotta fix this on the fly for y'all. So while I'm not gonna be disrespectful to him right now. While Cassius Pay is getting our video
right,
up,
your ass, but you won't have nothing going.
I have to just talk through it. I just have to roll through it. If you want to be petty, if you want to do your Pat Riley, I can do my Jimmy Butler if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, we gotta get past this ad anyway. I'm gonna take it down.
Okay, so along with this, so we'll break it down real quick. The new rule means that states now have more power to decide if trans athletes can compete in school sports. Some say it's about fairness, others say it's about discrimination. So that's really what's at hand here.
With a stroke of my pen on day one, we're going to stop the transgender lunacy. Under the Trump administration, it will be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. President McKinley was the president that was responsible for creating a vast sum of money in the United States that Teddy Roosevelt then spent. So let's say they were both excellent presidents, but McKinley did that. And that's one of the reasons that we're going to bring back the name of Mount McKinley, because I think he deserves it. Because we're being ripped off at the Panama Canal like we're being ripped off everywhere else. A secure, he just said, take it back. And that's a good idea. It was given to Panama and to the people of Panama, but it has provisions. You got to treat us fairly, and they haven't treated us fairly. If the principles, both moral and legal, of this magnanimous gesture of giving are not followed, then we will demand that the Panama Canal be returned to the United States of America in full, quickly, and without question. I'm not going to stand for it. So to the officials of Panama, please be guided accordingly.
All over. Okay, yeah, I'm changing all that now. All right, big dog. You know what I mean? Just all right. Okay. So what? Hey, so Plain Dane, what's your thoughts on? I guess we kind of tapped into three things, but the first two are kind of related to the topic. The two genders, and then also with trans athletes no longer being able to participate in the sport in which they identify with. I think I'm saying that right.
Right. Now, I'll say this. You are who you are. You know what I mean? So, I mean, no president, no person anywhere could tell you who to be, you know, for starters. If nationally they want to recognize, you know, two sexes, so be it. You know, who am I to tell you who you are, who you aren't? But you get into these sports situations. There's no, I mean, it's just me. If you was born Steven and you became Stephanie, you should not be racing against, you know, the people you decide to become at that moment. Because you will have an unfair advantage. I've been saying this for forever and a day. I'm trying to be as politically correct as possible, but bottom line is fair, you know? So it's no, I mean, I've seen as a person that's played in sports in high school, I've seen men decimate women in the 4x4, and you know, I could run faster than you, and all those type of cute contests that you have in the gymnasium and all that kind of stuff. It becomes a whole nother thing when, you know, Plain Dane puts on the wig and the skirt and decide that I'm about to get this tennis racket and start serving people. You know, somebody can get hurt. I've seen that happen. So fair is fair. I mean, it makes sense to me. I mean, just it makes sense to me. I'm not gonna sit here and try to politicize it or anything like that. If you are a man, you're naturally gonna be stronger than a woman, especially when you're training every single day to do so. It just is what it is. So I don't disagree with that.
You know what
So I
comes to
know
mind
that
for me?
go ahead.
I
No,
mean,
you
I'm
go
just
ahead.
thinking.
Go ahead.
Remember that old school movie where homeboy was over there like, don't be scared. Don't be scared. What's that dude's name? I can't remember right now.
Oh, you talking about Joanna Man? Talking about my dude?
Yeah,
That was
Joanna
life.
Man. You remember how LeBron just did that remake, uh, the Toon Squad and all that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think he should come out with
Are you
the
talking about
sequel.
Space Jam?
Yeah, Space Jam. I think he should come out with LeBron, man.
Nah,
And
Brian, I
just
ain't had
dunk
nothing to do
on
with that.
everybody.
I ain't had nothing to do with that.
No,
That's
I'm
my
just
That movie
saying,
was
like,
a classic. That movie was a classic, but of
yeah,
course, I think we're too sensitive for that right now. Unfortunately, they wouldn't get the joke. You know,
yeah,
it's kind of like the same with the Marlon Wayne's movie. You know, when they became the women. You know what I mean? What was that? Was that
oh, white chicks.
White Chicks? I feel
Absolutely
like that would
classic.
be
Classic.
that's a classic too. That would be received very wrong as well. So it's just certain movies they can't remake now. Maybe they can now with the changing of the guard. Yeah, I think that might be a little different now with the changing of the guard as far as where we are politically, but maybe not this year, maybe year 3 in his turn. It might be, you know, it might have soaked in to where we don't have to be as sensitive about it, but I don't know. I hated that he redid Space Jam. You could have left that alone.
This order.
We ain't gonna talk about Space Jam ain't do nothing to nobody.
This morning, you have almost 2 decades in your naval career. What is your view of this?
Well, it hit me kind of hard. You know, I've dedicated about 19 and a half years of service. It was my dream to join and fly for the Navy since I was little. I did the 2 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, 60 combat missions.
Soldier.
I got a lot of value out of it,
possibly veteran.
and a lot of self-identity out of it. Later, I went on to be a test pilot, and then the meritorious promotions. I have been at the pinnacle of naval aviation. I think I'm proof standing here that, you know, we are qualified to serve.
And when you see this and the language of it, I was reading through this because the congressman and I were kind of going back and forth on this last night, and it says that, quote, an adoption of a gender identity inconsistent with an individual's sex conflicts with a soldier's commitment to an honorable, truthful, and disciplined lifestyle, even in one's personal life. What is it like for you to hear those words?
First off, all I want to do is keep serving. You know, I've done that almost 20 years. I want to keep going. I have no desire to get out. And the feedback that I've had from prior to transition to after is that it's made me actually a better leader, able to connect with my people more and in a more authentic way, because I can meet them wherever they are.
And so when you hear this idea that because you've gone through that you are not fit to serve, as the congressman was stating, saying that you wouldn't be able to be up to the standards. I mean, you know what the standards are and what those requirements are and what that requires from you. What is your response to that?
Yeah, Caitlin, there's a lot of disinformation out there and a lot of talking points on it, but I'm one of the first naval aviators to regain my flight clearance post-transition. What that means is the Navy was rightfully medically conservative. I'm going to go fly a $100 million aircraft, the F-18, like you saw in Top Gun 2. So they ran me through every psychological evaluation, every physical evaluation they could think of. And at the end of the day, there was no reason to keep me out of the cockpit. We see this with all of the troops that are deployed across the world today, already embedded in combat units. We have lawyers, doctors, special forces, rangers, and they're all there today. If we yank them out, it leaves critical holes that are going to take.
Because it's apples and oranges. You know, we're listening to the words of someone who identifies as a woman, but it was born as a man. So the DNA, XY chromosomes, all of that stuff plays a role in how that person has trained and trains, if that makes sense. So again, not taking anything away from a biological woman, but you know, that person's training and how they got through it and everything else is going to look totally different than, you know, a woman transitioning into a man and doing combat. And I'm not saying women aren't tough, but there's certain situations in the Army as well as in the Marines where it is very, very tough. And, you know, that's where the DEI has come into play, and they've watered down a lot of the trainings and how they test people, and a lot of different things have come into play now to make the Army a little easier for people, if that makes sense.
I mean, not even just the military, because I know we were talking about sports, but just the physicality part is tough. For example, if we have Brittany Griner is how big? She was 6'6"?
Something like that.
Y'all know how tall Brittany? Yeah. So like, who in the league is like Brittany Griner? Anybody who's like a shooting guard, small forward, right? So the smaller sized of men is her equivalent in size. We need to talk about people play her position. So someone who is like in a position for sports would be like Anthony Davis, right? Wouldn't she be like an Anthony Davis type of player? Is that what we would compare her to?
I suppose, sure.
I mean, I'm trying to think. I'm not gonna lie.
Britney's an anomaly.
Look, I'm picking an anomaly, and I'm gonna tell you right now, her Anthony Davis is still gonna mop her, and you know his shoulder hurt every day. You know his whole back go hurt. He gonna be like this going to the games because you know he don't want to play on the Mavericks. But that's a whole other conversation. Even her AD is gonna mop her, and it's not because
bump
she's not a
nephew
good.
all over the court. Nephew
Yeah,
getting hurt.
And it's not like she's a bad. Physically, he's just bigger. And so I saw a video. I gotta find that video. It was a trans athlete track runner. Baby, when I tell you, it was the 400. And by the time they hit, because I don't know what they identify as soon as they hit the 300, everybody was back. By the time they finished, all the rest of the chicks was doing 300 at the 300 mark. A whole almost 100 meters was just done. And to me, like, I understand there's inclusivity, but there's not going to be women's sports at that point for biological women because
it has
some things we can't, like track. What you about to do with that?
It has to make sense. I mean, seriously, like it just has to make sense. And physically, it doesn't. I should not be level the playing field. This is what kills me about all of this. We want everything equal. A lot of women want, everything has to be equal. Then you got the DEI stuff. They want to level the playing field so it could be equal. Until it comes to protecting women in women's sports. And the other part of that conversation is this. How many women that you see that want to transition into men, how many of them are actually competing with other men right now? You don't even hear about that. Not as prevalent as you hear about, a man that identifies as a woman and goes into female sports.
I can't think of
you hear
one
about
sport,
that way more.
I can't think of one sport where it's a benefit to be a chick like type of body type or your kind of a biological sense default would help you in male things. I can't think of nothing. There's nothing that's like dude centric. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. One of the benefits of being a dude is standing and peeing, and we can't even do nothing with that.
I've seen a woman
help
try.
me out.
Technically, women can stand and pee. They got with that little spigot thing, right? It's like,
but that's a tool that enables that. That's not like I can pull out my labia or something and just, that's not.
But she went medical on us real quick.
Yeah, she did. I was gonna say I've seen some women.
She trying to get monetized.
Yeah, I've seen some women do amazing things with labias. But my thing is that it's just that whenever this conversation come up, you never hear about Ruth that became Bruce talking about I can't wait to get in this football game and knock some heads off. You haven't seen it yet.
You know what? Maybe a punter or a kicker, you might be all right. Maybe that. You know what? You picked a good one. Maybe that.
But that's my point. Like it's all men. It's men who actually just go ahead and jump in the game. They could have been in college for 2 years and been, the sorriest person on the team. All of a sudden they want to put on a skirt talking about some, my name's Sarah now. Like, what? No, you've been Jerry for 2 years now. Don't wake up this year when you're getting ready to graduate talking about some I'm Sarah now. And I'm about to play tennis and I want to swim and I'm running track and you just dominating everything. Breaking records for women. Like, stop it. That's my point.
I'll tell you right now,
it bothers me.
Man, let there have been when I was hooping. Let somebody come out there. Their feet look like they got them stomp you out Tim's type of feet. Nah, go in there and go gym. You got number 13. No, I don't. Coach, you got number 13. Y'all got the same thing. Coach, go ahead. You check in because I can't do nothing with that. I can't do nothing with that.
Yeah.
Get posted up, getting dunked on, getting crossed over.
And that Brenda can't have the baby.
Man, I don't got time for that.
That Brenda cannot have a baby. I'm not checking her.
I couldn't. So from a legal standpoint, I'm sure lawsuits are going to come out. And then also considering the fact that there are kids who identify as the gender they were not born with. Like,
Right.
where does that leave them? So, I mean, before we go into, and I almost said transition, which would not have been good. Before we go into our next segment,
before we transition into the next segment,
it's all right.
It's all right.
Get it. It's fine. It's PC.
There's obviously some legal battles ahead, and especially with the kids situation. Actually, like, what do y'all think about with the kids situation or the legal battles that potentially are coming? Because I'm not sure. Like, I guess a federal judge would have to be like, nah.
Protect women. That's my stance on that. Protect women because they're the only ones that's been really, really robbed of their ability in this situation. I'm sick of somebody 7'3" waking up talking about some. You know what? I went and I looked in the mirror, and I just so happened to saw Molly Ringwald, and I believe that I'm her. I identify with her now, and now I'm about to go try out for the basketball team. I'm sick of it. No, we need to go ahead and get a sport to where if you go where your DNA takes you, that's where I'm at. So. And a lot of people voted against this. A lot of people said, "Hey, we tired of this. I want my baby to be able to compete like she should. I want to go to the games, and I don't want to see her getting dusted by somebody who was born named Russell. Now all of a sudden he Patricia, and he out swimming everybody, and I'm going to play volleyball, and you got Kurt when it became Brittany spiking the ball in my daughter's face. That is not what I signed up for, nor did she. And then she got to go into the locker room with him too. So nothing against people living the way they live, but it's just who identify you want to identify. I'm not him, and I respect anybody that want to be who feel they truly are. But when it comes to sports, when it comes to just your DNA, you got a natural cheat sheet when you're born a different gender and you decide to transition to a whole other one. And then you want play sports. It's a different conversation.
So, community, our squad, let us know what you think. Do you think that Trump has a point? Do you believe that people need to do what they want to do? So, let us know.
Yeah, please do. I'm a big believer in do what you do, as long as it don't affect me and how I live. That's just where I'm at. Once it starts affecting things on a grander scale where other people are involved in your decision, at some point we got to say, hey, maybe we're being a little selfish.
Okay. I mean, this is going to be an unpopular opinion. And y'all can drop this in the comments. Leave all the drip. I don't need no smoke. I just want to throw this out there.
Hey.
Why not a separate but equal? Why not try that out? Reason being, hold on, don't get off my neck for a second. I know y'all about to, you ain't got to do all that. I actually think a league that was separate you probably do better than WNBA. Yes, I said it. Probably would do better than the WNBA. I'm pretty sure.
I know they will. A League of Extraordinary People, forget about it. I sign up to see that. I would.
I probably actually
that would be very interesting
because it would be. Yeah, it would. It would be you would see a different type of talent, and to me, incredibly motivated people really competing. Like there's like a lot of lost, especially in professional sports sometimes, of like that grit. Like, yeah, I want to come down, I want to dunk on somebody. They go dunk
Yeah,
on somebody. Somebody
all
getting dunked
day.
on every night. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, fake a real boobs flying through the air, punching on something. I'm signing up. I want to see that. I just don't want to see, somebody that got them implanted, but yet they still,
So you
got
ready to
they.
see the movie LeBron Man? That's what that sounds like.
I,
I need
if
to
you
produce
No,
direct,
no,
that.
no, no.
if
Hold
you
on, hold on,
directing it,
pause. No, because LeBron man would have been a man, not a man. Sheesh, I'm already about to get canceled, y'all. Will be a transgender person playing in a league with the women's league. Not me, I ain't gonna put you in that name. What I propose is that if there was a Joanna man, because I'm not LeBron, people ain't coming for me. If Joanna man had a league in which other people who wanted to play in a league with other Joanna mans, I think I'm
right?
describing that correctly. I know
That
y'all
would
gonna
be
come for me in the
cold.
comments, and that's
I
okay.
don't. Hey,
I'm just
it
trying to
is what it
explain another
is.
option.
Hey, you know me.
Allow some kind of play. I'm just trying to give a alternative, trying to help players out.
I'm like, say what you say. Give me that bomb beat from Dre. Let me serenade the streets of LA. It is what it is. I want to. That would be an interesting league to watch.
Now, before we go to another topic, real quick though, what sport? Give me Give me two sports. One sport in which you think could be the closest if transgender people could play with non-transgender, like one cohesive sport, and then tell me what you think will be the most egregious sport. There's absolutely no way that there could be coexistence. And go.
Boxing, MMA.
As no coexistence.
I don't see that at all. I don't. None fair. And then we've seen that already, like boxers, transgender boxers that get into that league, they breaking eye sockets. I don't want to see that. Now, if they both were born and transitioned and decide to box, I would love to see that. That would be equal. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay. So you're saying that that's the answer for both. You feel like, well, I guess that'd be a third one. So you're saying if there was a league of just transgender athletes, boxing or MMA would be hyped to see. But you
I
also think
would
it would be
call
the
it.
most egregious to like coexist with non-transgender people.
Yeah, because we've
Okay.
seen it. These women getting brain contusions and all this craziness. You know what I mean? I would call it the League of Extraordinary People. I will have several different sports that will fall under that league, and watch us ball out. I put together a whole team based on that. Question is, can I find a team full of transgenders that were willing to do that? Because I just feel like there's certain people that they may transition just because they know they can. I mean, America became very, very friendly to that idea. So it became, it's almost a cheat sheet, in my opinion. Especially if you've been whomever you were for as long as you were, and then you wake up one day in college and decide, I want to play a different sport as this person. I just can't agree with that. So
Okay, you answered that
separate
one.
but
So
equal.
what would be a sport that if everyone was to coexist, you think would have the highest chance of being successful to coexist? And why?
Really got
It's
to
a
think
hard
about
question.
this one. Yeah.
You have to be chess if chess was a sport, because
Chess is a
anything
sport, isn't it?
physical.
It is.
I'm gonna give you a
It's
five.
not a
I'll
full
answer it. I got
contact
you.
sport.
I
It's
got
like
you. I'll
saying
pick one.
checkers is a sport.
I'll pick one. I
Hey
think I
man,
got a good
wrong
one.
move, you might spring something.
I got one that I think, and I could be wrong because I'm actually really terrible at this sport. Badminton.
What?
Badminton. Because it doesn't actually, you don't have to be overly strong to be good at it. It's a lot of like kind of finesse movement. The only thing you
Shit,
would
man.
have is like actually like moving fast to go get the birdie. But other than that, I'm
Okay, that's basically like saying tennis is something like that. The speed in which a
no,
man
no, 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 no,
could
no,
hit that
no,
birdie
no.
with the kung lao kicks, how they be
Really?
doing it when
But it's
they
no,
be
but
hitting it.
it's I thought you had to hit it this way. I thought you didn't hit it
It
that way. I
ain't
thought you had to hit it this
underhand. You
way.
hell no. They be doing
You
grand
can
slams and
overhand
shit.
it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
be, yeah.
Oh,
They
oh
serve
well
and
then
everything in badminton. That's why I'm like,
okay. What about the sport where they have the? It's not is it croquet where they have the ball and you take that hammer thing and you go and you got to get it to the hole. That's
Lawn
one.
bowling. She going she's going extra bourgeoisie
yeah,
on
she
them right
listen.
now. She's digging.
Rich, yeah,
Maybe
rich
equestrian,
transitioning folks.
equestrian, because it's not like your horse is gonna be going doing backflips because of how much
No,
you weigh or something.
but a man
You
will
gotta
be
be a
able
certain
to
way.
hold on to a horse at like say even if they weighed the same. A man will be more muscular to be able to hold on to a horse and control a horse where the horse would more than likely go faster. I'm just saying.
I'm out there with pigtails talking about some. I'm beating everybody. My name.
So
My
okay,
name.
well y'all are saying there is. So you're saying there's not one. There's no sport where it could be coexisting at least level like equal enough. That's what I was trying to get. I was trying to give some kind of like option.
The DNA changes the
see if it could work,
conversation.
but-
The DNA changes the conversation. If you was born a man, you're gonna have some man strength in there. I don't care how much estrogen you pump through your body. You can't erase it. It's gonna be there. I just seen a clip of a person in transition picking a fight with a man, and soon as that first punch hit the person in transition, they became Allen again. They snapped out of it and the voice got deep and everything. That's my point. Kind of like that, it's kind of like
yeah, I
the
saw it
sweet
was
pit
what
bull.
GameStop. I saw a GameStop get tore up like that too.
Yeah, and that's my point. Like it's gonna come out. So in competing in a sport where we compete, that man energy is going to emerge at some point. It just is what it is. I don't care what you call yourself, what medications you're taking, to try to transition, all of that. If I run up and swing on you, you're gonna turn back into a man. You're gonna throw blows with me, and you're gonna have that same power because adrenaline gets to flowing. Can't deny who you are. A wolf gonna howl.
Speaking of throwing blows and wolves howling, let's go ahead and get into this tariff death match that's going on. That's been going heavy since day one. He just came in there like,
Don't make
yeah,
tariff your ass. Draw 4, draw 10.
It is a lot. It's definitely more than I thought was gonna happen. Yeah. Play no games should play in the background.
At the stroke of midnight, China
Trump
retaliated. Just as President Trump's new 10% tariffs on goods coming in from China went into effect, Beijing announced its own tariffs on imports from the U.S. 15% on coal and liquefied natural gas, 10% on crude oil, farm machinery, and certain cars and trucks.
That's fine. We're going to do very well against China and against everybody else.
China's response won't take effect until Monday and targets an estimated $14 billion worth of U.S. goods. The delay and relatively symbolic dollar amount suggesting the potential for a deal. NBC's Janice Mackey-Frayer is in Beijing.
That China's allowing some time for negotiation and showing the multiple ways that they can hit back suggests Beijing is trying to make a point here that China can dig in too and won't back down from President Trump.
The White House says the new tariffs are because of the deadly drugs pouring into the U.S.
That was the reason for this tariff. It was a retaliatory tariff on China for the last 4 years of their unprecedented distribution of fentanyl into our nation's borders.
President Trump today saying he'll speak with China's President Xi, but gave no timeline.
We'll speak to him at the appropriate time. I'm in no rush.
After speaking yesterday with the leaders of Canada and Mexico, Trump paused the 25% tariffs he had announced for those countries. But for China, tariffs are now in effect and likely to be felt by almost all Americans. China responsible for 1/3 of the active ingredients in medicines sold in the U.S. and dominant in personal electronics, accounting for 78% of smartphones, 79% of laptops, and 87% of video game consoles sold in the U.S.
It's going to make it even more expensive. And
Tonight, many small business owners like Cheryl Mosey, who imports handbags from China, are left struggling with uncertainty as well.
Yes, added tariffs will really shut me down. I cannot afford to pay an additional 10% on top of what I'm already paying. It's just not feasible.
And Christine joining us now. The tariffs from China weren't the only retaliatory step taken.
That's right. China announced it is further tightening controls on these really important rare earth minerals, 5 of them. They're critical for making weapon systems, EV batteries, sophisticated semiconductors. This is China showing its clout. It's one reason why the U.S. is moving away from China to source these really important minerals.
All right, Christine, thanks very much. Thanks for watching.
All I could think of when she said about her handbags was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Carlton was selling them Gucci bags.
Oh, well.
Yo, C-Note is all his Trump would have messed his whole thing up. C-Note would have been dipping into his own actual trust money.
I'm just like, baby girl, you can't afford, okay. You won't be having any Chinese 5-year-olds sewing bags for you no more. You better source locally, sweetie. You better learn how to sew. You better get inventive, because that's what it's going to boil down to. Talking about, that's going to kill my business. You just killed your business. You even got on the news and said that. Now they looking at it like, I'm cooling them fake bags.
Okay, so what is it? So what does it actually mean with the tariffs? Then let's get into that. So when it comes to what is the screen froze for you?
Him slapping.
I knew she was going. You see what she you had a crazy face over there.
Yes, you.
Uh-huh.
That was her looking at them bags. No, but
yeah. Jim Jones need to get her internet up. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, but basically, those tariffs, mean that people are going to be paying a little bit more for goods being sent back here from China. They got hit with that 10% tariff, but it's a negotiation tactic. That's really all it is. I mean, we're gonna feel the pain. The brunt of it is short-lived, but it's definitely a CEO's game, and Trump knows it oh so well. What I laugh at is that everywhere makes so much money off the U.S. You see how much money Doge has, found at this point, and that is just another example of how much money we ship out of here domestically, as well as internationally. Like, money just goes everywhere. So they don't want to lose us as a client. Whomever is over there making those phones and those laptops, Toshiba, whomever, they're going to be stateside making those laptops and those phones. They're actually playing right into Trump's hand, because who wants to spend money ordering something from China if they know they got to spend more? They're just gonna source locally and make it happen.
So you under the impression that is going to increase jobs locally versus elsewhere?
More or less, that's it. I mean, think about it. Look at how Canada responded. As soon as he said, we're going to hit you guys with that 2.5, y'all going to get hit with the big 2.5. The first thing food companies over there said, yeah, we're shopping for space in the U.S. right now. Business will continue. We're not going to pay the 2.5. Not going to pay it. So as soon as they said that, 24 hours, Trudeau was like copping deuces. Same thing with Mexico. Mexico don't want to miss out on $455 billion running through their economy yearly, courtesy of us. Because they trying to tariff each other. They want the business. China's the same way. China, they're not crazy. They do have a lion's share of a lot of the technology and things like that. So yeah, they do got a great bargaining chip over there because we do, if I take this hat off and look at the tag, it's gonna probably say made in China, or Taiwan or whatever. So we know that we get a lot of goods from there. But them people, they want their money. So they're gonna definitely come stateside with us.
Yeah, I got a hat right now. I'm looking at. I don't know if I can. It says "Made in China" right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm looking around like everything got here made in China.
Yeah.
But I mean, but think about it though. So Trump hit him with the extra 10, right? Look at her camera froze with that face. at least she ain't looking crazy when her camera freeze, right? Internet game is sad, but when it comes to the tariffs though, Trump hit him with that dime, and then they came back was like on how many billions of products was it?
15.
Yeah, about 15 or so. Well, no, that's all that they got. So on us is a tariff on everything. They came back with the $14 billion worth of tariffs on certain items, right? So it's like getting slapped real hard in the face. You come back and you push them like, why you slap me? That's kind of how I envision this, because their economy doesn't want a real trade war, because I wholeheartedly believe that they would lose. I believe that they will
No
lose.
mystery.
Everybody
No
would
mystery.
lose. Everybody
Yeah,
would
I
feel
mean,
pain, but America's resilient, and just like anything else, we'll be able to use technology and the skill set of the people in order to come back and build our own and build back better.
That's
Who
it.
said that?
That's it.
I mean, this is
And
an
I mean,
economic chess match, right?
yeah.
I mean,
But
it's an
we'll win
economic chess
because we
match
have
right now,
more
right?
we have
Like,
more disposable income. And that's what it boils down to. We throw away money at China and Asia, they're very matter of fact with their dollars, right? So we are like, oh man, my iPhone is acting up. Let me run to the store and finance a new one. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna figure out a way to get what we need. We're gonna feel the burn a little bit. Everybody feels it, but it's not gonna be long term. We're talking about two countries that love money.
I wonder. I mean, what if they just stopped selling to us? What would we actually do? I mean, people can't take it when the internet's going down for, a couple minutes. They forgot what dial-up felt like, they forgot all of that went out the window. I can't imagine what they would do if they could not get an iPhone.
People's about to lose their mind when TikTok was about to go down.
Right.
Much less
So I don't
internet.
know how they're gonna handle that. I don't know.
We'll be copping
this
computers and
schlong
phones
swinging
from India.
contest is gonna be tough.
Yeah. We going straight to India. Like, hey yo, what y'all got for us? Hey yo, let me go to this other country that makes it. But what I'm telling you, what happens is that the companies that actually design and make these things, the Toshibas, Dell, all those different companies, they're like, yeah, we about to come holler at Trump stateside. We about to have a factory in New York. We're gonna have a factory in Texas. we're gonna make our money because this company is not going out of business because
Right.
you guys
The
can do
the
this little
only reason
trade.
why companies do anything, whether it's tax code or otherwise, is because there's incentive to do so. So if
That's
I
it.
can go to a low cost, it's called offshore, right? I can offshore
Yeah.
these services to other areas and still make the highest profit on my product. I'm going to do that. I owe it
Right.
to my shareholders. That's really what it comes down to, because
That's
the
the
shareholders are
conversations
going to
that's gonna
say,
happen.
"Hey, why are you doing this in America when you need to do it in Indonesia, when you need to do it in Singapore, when you need to do it in Hong Kong? Pick a place." And
Right.
you have to tell that board, as a CEO, you won't make it there very long because you're not looking at the company's best interest. Just because you say I want to make it in America, investors are global. They ain't trying to hear all that, right? They gonna look at you like, what are you doing? And so that's what happens where people start losing their jobs in America today, right? Because
Yeah.
if I'm in a space and I can't quote unquote compete my products or everything, like I have a high cost because things are made in America, then that takes us to that other thing where people used to have pride in things that were made in America where they just want their stuff made. Two different things
Right.
that we got going on. So maybe we can get back to that
I
where
mean,
people care
unions are
about
kind
that stuff.
of, but union members are like that though. So I can't say that. I can't say that. The people in the union that I've met in the past, even growing up
You better
around
thank
people
us.
who, you know what, the union members that I know,
You better, uh-huh.
You
Freeze.
better.
You
wow,
better thank.
is he present? Wow. The union members I know, they actually are very big on buying USA products. So for example, I remember growing up when Walmart first came to like where I grew up, and people in the union did not shop there. They would only shop at another store that I will not name, because they have a union and most of their products were made in America. So I will say the union people I know are pretty heavy in like being, yes, made in USA, which makes sense. But everybody else, they just be like, let me get that Temu. Let me get that
Now look,
Shein.
it's gonna go from made in the USA to cost less in the USA. So that's the route we're gonna go for our materials. That's the route we're gonna go for our technology. You know, we're a very smart country and we're forward thinkers. So I'm pretty sure there's a company lurking in the wilderness somewhere that make phones. All they gotta do is get that license from Apple or whomever. Now we got a new phone, and it's cheaper and it performs in the same way until things get to where it needs to be. If not, eBay just gonna go crazy. So as soon as they raise the tariffs on whatever, I done ran and copped a bunch of laptops and I got a bunch of phones. I'm about to make a killing, and I'm shipping it here. It's American
Well,
made.
only time will tell.
Yeah.
Only time will tell because the Trump show continues to keep on rolling. Who knows? Next week we might have something totally different about what happened. So just
That's what I'm saying.
stay.
Trust me. China's a little stronger, so we probably about a week away from seeing that handshake happen with Hum Jinping and his partners and a few other
Isn't it
folks.
Xi Jinping?
Right, he shing the crap out of his
Isn't
neck.
it Xi Jinping? He said
He said,
Unshi. So you know what?
yeah,
We're gonna talk about
you
the next one.
he too black for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what?
I'm
I
American
wasn't
made.
gonna go
Forgive me.
there, but
Right. Nah, you grandpa made. That's what that sound like. It's like, excuse me, son. You got some of that shing ping.
excuse me, are you Jung Shang Ing Ping? Like, no, man, you excuse
Holla
my
at
I
my.
need
grandpa.
I'm
some
about
of
to
that
holla
good
at Hey.
champagne. Can I get some of
I'm gonna
that good
holla at Hey
champagne?
Pay J, and we gonna get it done. The deal is done. No, but for real,
Oh, before we get
Trump
into
is excellent at that. So
the next segment, what are you drinking water too? night or in the day or whenever you get to this live stream, let us know what you're drinking.
Right.
You know what? Let me see.
You know what? We're gonna have to.
This one is made in.
We gotta have to pause this and get up on the recording because this ain't it yet. This ain't it yet. We have to pause this.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So we're stopping after this one right here.
Yeah, we're gonna stop after this one.
Or you want to stop right now? Because we don't have to go into the next one. We can just stop right now. I didn't even announce what it is.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Well, that has
that.
Well, that.
You get. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna have to get you a cord or something. Dang.
Is it bad?
What is it bad? Are you in a penthouse or an outhouse? That's at least half the time when she breathes. On my side, I'm amazing. I bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I can't see. Hold on, let me do something. Okay. Is it better? Is it better now that I'm not on camera?
Of course it is, because you got more bandwidth, whatever the hell this is. But you can't do that. You're the host.
Hold on.
It's okay.
Hold on.
Yeah,
hold on. Let's try. Okay, let me see.
Let's try this 220p.
Okay, is that better? Am I breaking up?
No.
I'm at the lowest of the visual that I can be at. Sounds like I can. Can I wrap this up like this at least?
Yeah, you can wrap it up like this.
Oh my gosh!
Because
cash advance, you on 1,000 a day. Hold on, let me find a.
We just gonna have to this slow motion, right?
Is it bad still, Riverbank? It's bad.
You do the wax on, wax off like a. We have to bleep that off. Oh man, come on now, dog.
Ain't no bleeping it off. It's live. What do you mean? What are you bleeping? There's nothing to bleep. We're live. We live, baby. That's where we at. Thank you for tuning in. Right. And this was a good pilot though for us to try that out. Wow. I'm gonna get off camera so I can finish it up.
We all good. No, you good. I'm just,
Was it better? Was it better that time?
Way better. Yeah. It didn't freeze up at all.
It didn't freeze up, but your voice was lagging. I saw too.
Oh, yeah, and that will bother you. You have, issues.
We vibing still. We vibing. Right. We
Dang,
frozen.
I'm sorry, y'all. That sucks.
It's all good. Next time we gonna come in after we was vibing, and we gonna make sure that Jim Jones got better internet speed. Y'all gonna have to like and subscribe so that her internet get better with time. Because whatever pity
for the internet connection.
Wow, y'all gonna play me like that?
We love you.
I can still hear y'all.
I
can still hear y'all.
Can you?
I can. I wouldn't have known unless y'all told me, because on my side, I see y'all go in and out, but I never actually was slow or anything like that. I thought it was y'all.
I hear you. I hear you, Captain. I can hear you.
Wow. I hope it's at least salvageable. Can we keep this at least, or is it bad?
Well, you can always go online and see. Yeah. We worked with it.
It was funny. It was,
That's how I felt about that.
All right.
That was all right, though.
All right. Thank you all for
the album
looking at this. Whenever y'all really got it, and we'll come with the Patreon soon and all of that good stuff. All the coffees. We building on this. You get on early. on the train. We growing. And we'll see y'all soon.
Yeah, subscribe, like,
Thanks
follow.
for the support.
The socials. Look in the show notes. We here, baby.
Subscribe. Become a part of the Odd Squad. Subscribe. We got that new drip.